Welcome back everyone. So we'll be resuming from where we left off, and we'll be moving from the skin to the hair. Now get ready. Welcome back everyone. In this video we'll continue painting this illustration by moving on to the next part, the hair. But before we move on, I went back to the skin layer and added some extra colors and shadows, plus I modified the tone of the illustration so it wouldn't look so pale on your screen. I also reduced the intensity of the line art by setting up a layer above the line art and linked it. I filled this new layer with a dark shade of brownish red and played around with the opacity of both layers. That is the beauty of digital art. You can always go back and make modifications without having to start all over again, unless your file becomes corrupt, but that's not something that happens too often. But just in case, make sure you have a backup of your backup. Now that we have the skin ready, we'll move on to the next phase, the hair. Since we are painting a realistic portrait, it'll be easier to paint in the shadows and highlights. With the skin, we'll start off with a base color and begin to block in and blend in the darker shades and highlights. Follow the contour of the hairstyle. Use soft strokes as you lay in the colors and blend them together. Also experiment with soft and hard lines. These can be used for strands of hair to give it a more natural look. In this particular case, the model has flowing curls, so we'll try to preserve that. You'll need to pay attention on how light and shadow interact with curved objects. To properly pull this off, you'll need to look around you. Observe how light and shadow interact in the real world. You'll notice the light and color are very dynamic elements. Observe how surfaces absorb light and how others reflect it onto other surfaces. How do you know what colors to use? Once you learn about primary, secondary, and tertiary colors, you can move on to complementary colors. In other words, colors on different sides of the spectrum that match. In case you're finding it challenging to know what colors to mix and match, there are color swatches that you can download for ClipStudio with different shades that you can use. Also, there are handy guides that you can also download until you get the hang of knowing what colors you can use. As you work on your illustration, make sure to occasionally take a break, especially if you're working on a more complex piece. This one wasn't so complex, and while it took me 3 hours to complete, I still took 15-minute breaks every hour. This will help reset your brain and observe the small mistakes that you made while working and fix them before you move on to the next step or next element of your illustration. Alright, I think that we are about done with the hair in this video, so we'll cut it here. Well, I hope you found this part very informative, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hey there. So you made it to the end of part 2. I hope you liked it, and remember to comment, like, or subscribe, or share this video with others who might be interested or who might find it useful. So, see you all soon, and I'll be posting part 3 sometime soon. Bye.